All right, afternoon, everybody. Good to be back on the field this week and get a chance to go against Denver and some new opponents and new offense. So we're excited, and it's game week, so back to normal football finally. So fire away.
What kind of specific things as a defense are you trying to get out of the two joint practices this week?
Well, number one, some evaluations against different competition. When you go against the same guys over and over again, like, you kind of get used to what they do well and what they don't. So getting some new bodies to go against some, they have some really talented skill players on their offense that will be good to get some of our young guys to look at. And then a different scheme. You know, we've been going against the same scheme for 2 weeks now, and in the OTAs, and Pat will give us some different plays and different looks, some different runs, some different passes. So I think that'll be good for us as well, because we're going to see a lot of different stuff throughout the season.
Mike mentioned wanted to see a little bit more from the depth linebackers. Where do you think that group kind of behind Eric and Anthony are at right now?
Yeah, we're making progress. They need to step up. The train's leaving, but I think we'll find out a lot in these preseason games. How they play when the lights are on, how they tackle live and bringing guys to the ground. I think a couple of them took some good steps this last week, and some others they got to pick their game up.
When you're in a training camp setting and you're not tackling, is it all about then kind of evaluating like how they're reading a play, how they're diagnosing, stuff like that?
Yeah, a lot of that. A lot of how we're matching the routes and how we're covering, getting in position in the running game to make a tackle, taking good angles to the ball, and taking on blocks. We can still do that. We can be physical on offensive linemen, come downhill, hit those guys. So I think you can get a good evaluation with it, but it's just the live tackling that you need to see in the games.
What do you want to see from Troy Dye these preseason games?
I'd like to see Troy be a little bit more consistent. Sometimes he'll be doing good for a long time, and then every once in a while this is one play that, why are you doing that? So I'm looking for consistency. Troy's got all the talent in the world, and he's a really smart guy. He's athletic and he can run. We just need to get that consistency out of him. And he's a second-year guy. He's going to have some of those mistakes, but I think he's trending in the right direction right now.
It's going to be like seeing all those former Vikings out here this week. I mean, Bridgewater, Boone, Stephen, Jones.
Yeah, I picked up their roster the other day and was looking at it. It's like, wow, they got almost all our guys. Probably because of George Payton, obviously. But it'll be good to see those guys. Shamar had some really good years for us. Obviously Teddy and Booney. So it'll be good to see those guys.
Your dad has always spoken really fondly of Teddy specifically. What are some of your experiences with him?
Well, Teddy's number one. He's just a great guy and a great leader. He's a winner. I think, before his knee was hurt, I thought he was going to have a great year. So for him to come back and do as well as he had since then, we're just really happy for him.
It's admittedly a little bit of a weird question, but have you ever heard of or thought about kind of like a linebacker by committee for that third spot? Like if you're playing a run-oriented team, maybe you got like a Ben Gedeon type or a pass-oriented, you switch to Eric Wilson type or anything like that?
It's been done some, mixing some guys in. Like when we had Ben and Eric Wilson, we kind of mixed them in a little bit. Or when like Anthony was hurt, we had Ben in base and Eric in the sub. I'd prefer not to do that, just continuity of the position, not only with him, but along with Anthony and Eric. Obviously a lot of guys are going to have to play. Eric missed 5 games, Anthony missed 15, so we're going to have to play other guys in just the top 3, and that's why we're mixing those guys around, moving them to different positions, so we can plug anybody into Sam or Mike or Will or the sub positions.
It seems like Nick Vigil has been kind of taking that lead step in that job. What has he done? Is it just the experience to it, knowing the system?
Yeah, Nick's an extremely smart player, and you can tell he's been around. He's been in this defense before in Cincinnati with Paul. He's seen a lot of football, so things just come naturally to him that right now some of the younger guys haven't seen as many reps as far as routes and things, so they they need to see it a little bit more. Nick's seen it, and I think he has a good feel for the game. And like I said, he's really smart, and he's done a nice job. This last week, he had a really good week.
Adam, a lot of the defensive coaches have mentioned one of the first things with Patrick Peterson is that even at that age and all the accolades, he's still eager for coaching. From your perspective, What does that look like?
Yeah, he's been great with it. He asks a lot of questions. Like yesterday, we had a game situation, and he came up to me and said, Adam, what are you thinking here? And, we talked through the situation and how we want to defend it and things like that. And he's learning our technique, the way we do things, and the way Coach has taught press technique his whole career, and the way we play in our off technique and where our eyes are. And he's just been eager, to take Carl's coaching and take Coach Zim's coaching and all those things.
What he was doing in Arizona?
A little bit, just in terms of the way we press and with our motor, and sometimes when we hard press, it's a little different. But I think he's adapted to it really well, and he's looking really good out there.
How is Cameron Smith looking in practice, and how great will it be seeing him out there on the field Saturday with everything he's been through coming back from the heart situation?
I'm really proud of Cam. He's fought through a lot of adversity. He's been in the meetings just about every day since he had the surgery. He's been around us. And the other day he came out and in the first day in pads, and he said, "This is the first day I've been pads in 2 years." And I think he was a little nervous, but once he got that first hit out of the way, he was excited to go. And he's another guy that's kind of improving as the days go along, and hopefully that transfers over to the field, and he can make some plays for us.
Patrick ever revert to his way of doing things, and when he does, given his resume, what's the reaction by coaches?
I think he's bought in with us. We'll see when the games happen, but I think he's bought in, and he's gonna do things the way we do, and it's probably a better question for Coach and Patrick than me.
Adam, what do you like best about this incarnation of Mackenzie Alexander, not only mentally but physically back here with you guys?
Yeah, I'm shocked at how Mackenzie has matured over the year he left. He came back. He's studying really hard. He's communicating really well. He's really grown into a really solid pro, and on the field he's understanding more of where his help is and where he needs to be and his leverage and all those things. And I think that comes from studying, and that's allowed him to play faster and do those types of things.